The infighting begins again within the deep state. The he said, she said, you did it, we did it. No. FBI, this is Zero Hedge again. FBI CIA dispute erupts over whether James Comey or John Brennan pushed Steele dossier. Let me just show you some guys who are going to be going to jail. Right here. Hi, I'm James Comey, and I'm going to jail. Hi, I'm Brennan, and I'm looking down as long as I can because it's the last time I'm going to look at my electronics while I'm in jail. Hi, I'm Clapper, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I can do to get out of this mess. A dispute has erupted over whether former FBI Director James Comey or his CIA counterpart, John Brennan, promoted the unverified Steele dossier as the Obama-era intelligence community targeted the Trump campaign. According to Fox News, an email chain exists which indicates that Comey told Bureau subordinates that Brennan insisted on the dossier's inclusion in the intelligence community assessment on Russia interference. Also interesting is that the dossier was referred to as Crown material in the emails, a possible reference to the fact that Steele is a former British spy. Or could it be like this was the jewel? This was the prime thing. And turned out to be complete garbage. In a statement to Fox, however, a former CIA official put the blame squarely on Comey. Oh, of course. Former Director Brennan, along with former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, are the ones who opposed James Comey's recommendation that the Steele dossier be included in the intelligence report, said the official. They opposed this because the dossier was in no way used to develop the ICA, which was the Intelligence Community Assessment. The official continued. The intelligence analysts, analysts. I was about to say, is that analytics? No, analysts didn't include it when they were doing their work because it wasn't corroborated intelligence. Therefore, it wasn't used. It wasn't included. Brennan and Clapper prevented it from being added into the official assessment. James Comey then decided on his own to brief Trump about the document. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure the CIA had nothing to do with this, and the FBI says, well, no, they did have everything to do with it. You don't think that both agencies were working together, colluding themselves to cause a coup and, dismantle a duly elected president and destroy him and his career and his children and everyone? They were going to try to indict them all. You know darn well the CIA and the FBI were working in concert. And now that the hammer's dropping, oh, no, they did it. They insisted. No, we didn't know. You said to do it. No. This is the rats jumping ship. James Comey, James Clapper, and John Brennan are starting to publicly argue who was pushing the dossier that ended up in the intelligence community asset assessment on Russian interference. The rats are beginning to turn on each other. I'm sure AG Barr is taking notes, says the Bradford file on Twitter. Gowdy on Barr, assigning prosecutor, former GOP Trey Gowdy, a longtime defender of the FBI, told Fox News' Martha McCollum on Tuesday night that Comey has a better argument than Brennan, based on what I've seen. In March, Senator Rand Paul suggested over Twitter that Brennan had insisted that the unverified and fake Steele dossier be included in the January 2017 ICA. Yeah, but the inside CIA guy said no. He just said, look, Brennan and Clapper prevented it from being added to the official assessment. James Comey then decided on his own to brief Trump about the document. The dossier was ultimately not included in the ICA, according to previous testimony by Clapper. Meanwhile, word that Comey had briefed President Trump personally on the dossier, quote, because he understood reporters already had that information and it could become public soon if journalists had a news hook, according to the Associated Press. Oh, you mean because jerk-offs like Comey and these other guys already leaked it to the press? That's right. Just making sure. Whether the FBI acted appropriately in obtaining the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act warrant to I think they missed the word spy, on Trump campaign aider aide Carter Page is now the subject not only of the U.S. Attorney John Durham's new probe, but also the ongoing review by Justice Department Inspector General Michael Hurwitz. U.S. Attorney for Utah John Huber has been conducting his own investigation separately, although details of his progress were unclear. As one example, in its FISA application, the Bureau repeatedly and incorrectly assured the court, in a footnote, that it, quote, does not believe British ex-spy Christopher Steele was direct source for a Yahoo News article implicating Page in Russian collusion, and instead asserted that the Yahoo article provided an independent basis to believe Steele. On Sunday, Senator Lindsey Graham told Fox News that he was pushing the declassified document which would expose the FBI's dismal efforts to verify the claims within the dossier. So again, if the CIA forced us to take it, boy, you guys sure didn't do a real awfully good review of the damn thing. And again, they had data 8 days prior to the FISA application or getting the okay, right? Where they realized this whole thing's falling apart, there's nothing here. Well, let's not see anything. Let's tell the court, no, it's still good. There's great information. These guys are solid over here. When they already had information saying, no, they're not even kind of. There's a document that's classified that I'm trying to get unclassified that takes the dossier, all the pages of it, and it has verification to one side, said Graham. There really is no verification other than media reports that were generated by reporters that received, the dossier. Graham noted a report by the Hill's John Solomon that the FBI was specifically told that Steele was keen to leak his salacious dossier for the purpose of influencing the election. So they already knew his dossier was meant to influence the election, but we're going to pretend we're investigating the president for working with the Russians who are interfering with the election. But you got solid evidence that the opposition was actually doing that. You ignored it and tried to pretend, no, we're going to investigate Trump for that. Again, that's what these liberal Democrats do. They blame the other side for the stuff they do. Take care.